Hi everyone, my name is Kelli Worley-Hendren. Today I'm here to share with you lessons from successful clients. This is a recording from our support group from July of 2022. Typically, I record them live. I had a little bit of a glitch, so I am re-recording the introduction and then I'll switch over to the voice recording for the second half. So you'll kind of understand why it might be a little different or why I'm wearing one color first and then another color later. So technical difficulty, but no big deal. We worked around it. Every month, I hold a support group for my clients who have had bariatric surgery or are thinking about having surgery. And this time, I wanted to share lessons from my successful clients. So, those of you who are new to it would get some good advice. So, let's get into it. First, I'm going to give you an introduction. Then, I'll let you meet my clients. We'll do a Q&A, and then I will tell you how I can help you. So, first off, a little bit about me. Like I said, my name is Kelli Worley-Hendren. I've been a dietitian since 2002. So this fall it'll be 20 years, which is hard for me to imagine. I've wanted to be a dietitian since I was in high school. So it's been an incredible journey for me with lots of up and downs, but I wouldn't trade it for anything. In 2005, I started my business, Nutrition Solutions, kind of morphed into intentional eating is more what I teach now. And that business started in Texas, Southeast Texas, where I see clients um, live, though actually I don't see them live personally anymore. I see them virtually, but my colleague who works for me, she sees patients live in Southeast Texas. There I see people who are people who are not having surgery. They just want to eat better. Maybe they have high cholesterol or they need to lose weight. Sometimes I get someone who wants to gain weight, but usually it is things like diabetes, heart disease, and weight loss. And then I have my bariatric weight loss, which is all virtual. And this is preparing people for surgery, and then I work with people who have had surgery. Now, I started working with surgical patients at the very beginning of my career when I started out as a hospital dietitian. And honestly, I was kind of skeptical. Now, you have to remember that was like 20 years ago when the surgery was not as common and popular as it is now. But as it became more and more popular, I was forced to learn about it and threw myself into it. And then I became extremely passionate about it. I am so supportive of the surgery for the right person, in the right circumstance, for the right time in your life. And so it has been my honor to work with hundreds of people who have had the surgery or are preparing for surgery. And it really has become my passion. So I work virtually there. And then I did recently move to Southern Alabama, where I'll be opening up a practice in the fall. If fingers crossed everything goes as I am expecting. So that's a little bit about me. Let's get on to the good stuff. So Walt Disney said the way to get started is to quit talking and begin doing. So those of you who are listening or participating and have had the surgery, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Eventually you got to the point where you're like, I'm tired of talking about it. I just want to do it. So let's hear from some of those people. So I have three clients that are going to share with you today. The first one is Dave. He was not able to come live, so he recorded his message for us. Like I said, I'm kind of piecing together some fresh things that I'm recording today, plus recordings from last week. So I am going to cover up my camera so you're not distracted by me just watching the video with you. You can listen to Dave, and then I'll hop back on and introduce my next client.
I'm here to talk about my weight loss journey, which began about 7 years ago when I had a vertical sleeve gastrectomy here in Beaumont, Texas. I'm going to be totally honest about the highs and lows that were part of that process, and try to let you know exactly what my experience has been. So the first thing I want to say about it is that it was a tremendous success for me. After the surgery, I lost 94 pounds in 9 months. It was amazing. In fact, I went back to my surgeon and said, now, it is going to stop, isn't it? The weight loss is going to, there is an endpoint to this, isn't there? I mean, it was that dramatic. In fact, I'm a local dentist here in Beaumont, and I lost so much weight, and I didn't tell all my patients what I was doing. but I lost so much weight that I started looking not as healthy as I should have. And a lot of my patients thought I was sick. They wouldn't say anything to me, but they'd go up and talk to my front office manager and say, "Hey, does he have cancer? Is he sick?" And she would assure them that I didn't, but it was that dramatic for me. So that's one of the downsides initially for me. While the positive side was how quickly I lost the weight, the downside was that I looked, I got kind of real thin and didn't look healthy for a while. Now, listen, that changed. It changed mainly as I began exercising again after the weight loss, and it kind of evened out for me, and I started looking a lot better. So let me talk a little bit about a few of the negative things I experienced as I lost that much weight. And hopefully you will not experience that, because I've talked to many people who did not have some of the negative things that I had. One of the negative things that I had for a long time was nausea. I was nauseated for months and months after eating. Um, any dense foods, anything that was kind of good for you, protein. The only thing I really could eat that didn't make me sick was really fish. And I love fish, so that was okay with me. But even chicken, eating chicken, sometimes I would become a little nauseated after eating chicken, certainly after eating any beef products. I was eating very small amounts, of course, but so I did have, a lot of, honestly, a lot of vomiting after I just had trouble um, hitting that stopping point and knowing when to stop. And that's a crucial thing as you go through this weight loss. It's always better to stop, to take a few bites less than a few bites too much. A few bites too much for me, at least, during that first year, that it was coming back up. So sorry to be so blunt about that, but that's exactly what happened to me. One of the other sort of weird side effects that I had from the weight loss was I, I would get a little rhinitis. My nose would run after eating. I'd never had that before, and it did that frequently when I would eat after the surgery. Surgeon couldn't explain it. Not many people have that problem, and so I doubt that you'll have that one. But in all honesty, those were those were the only two sort of significant negatives that I had. The positives that I had greatly outweighed those couple little minor negatives. Once I learned to control my portion size a little better, the nausea went away, and I learned how to always stop a little bit short rather than eat a little too much. The weight stayed off of me for about 6 years. I only recently have put on a little bit, and I believe that's a result of a medication change that I had. I do not have diabetes or anything like that, but I'm only taking a few medications for cholesterol and things like this, but we had to change one med, and I gained a little bit afterwards. So I am really, my weight is still, normal, but I'm back working with Kelli. Now, Kelli was my nutritionist during the weight loss process and did a fantastic job for me. So when I put on a few pounds here just recently, I went ahead and enrolled in the program again to try to get that right back off and not let it keep growing. I had the other positive thing that I had after the weight loss was the little aches and joint pain diminished tremendously. I mentioned that I'm a dentist, and many dentists have back pain just from our profession and the way we work. And I, I had that as well for years, and the weight certainly contributed to that. I have, since the weight loss after the surgery, um, I don't have the joint pain and the back pain that I used to have. My knees used to ache a little bit, back certainly, and that pretty much is gone. Only occasionally will I have a backache now. So if you have back pain and joint pain in your knees, I think you can expect that to get better. Certainly it did for me. Of course, the other benefit is the one that you know about. I don't have to mention this to you. I looked a lot better in my clothes. I mean, my goodness. My waist went from, I was right at a 44 waist, and I went to a 34. Actually, I got down to a 32 during my lowest weight loss. And then, as I self-corrected a little bit and started exercising a little bit, I bumped back up. So my waist size went to a 34 and stayed there for the 6 years. So that's amazing, right? I mean, come on, that's for a 60-year-old. Now I'm 65 now, so I was in my late 50s when I had the surgery, and that's pretty incredible to get that weight down, the waist size there. So I think you have that to look forward to as a part of this journey, looking so much better in your clothes. Um, you know, uh, Also, activities I did not get as tired. In other words, I'm a golfer. I love playing golf, and I can walk 18, 36 holes now if I want to. Even in the heat, I can walk now without being exhausted. So that's also been a tremendous benefit uh, to having the surgery. I do want to mention one other thing. Exercise really is important. It's the to get muscle mass back. I did lose muscle mass. We'll be honest about that. I lost muscle mass during the weight loss, but afterwards, I started a regular exercise program, 2 to 3 times a week, lifting weights, and that was a tremendous help for me, and I've benefited from that. So I know we're on this video is at about 9 minutes. I think that's a little long to watch, and in fact, it may be too long. But I just want to encourage you. There's some tremendous benefits, and hopefully, you won't even have the side effects that I had. But there's some tremendous benefits in what you're going through, and just hang in there and keep plugging along. I'm just wishing for you the good things that happen. Thank you.
All right. I hope you enjoyed hearing from Dave and his story. He did amazing and he was so good to work with. So hopefully his story has inspired you. Next, we've got Kathy, and here is where we're switching over to our voice recording from our actual live, which was a week ago today. So let me. Oh, and I didn't catch like the first 10 seconds of her saying her name and the date she had surgery. So it just kind of will jump right in. Just wanted you to know. So I'll let the voice recording take over from here. So let me get this camera ready, and we can get.
And that really helps too. Their person wasn't really doing a whole lot of exercises, but now I get out there and I walk every day for at least 40 minutes a day. And but I do it in early mornings, not in this heat. And I know I have my reservations about it, but my best advice is go ahead and get it done. You'll feel so much better after you had it done. Once you lose that weight, you have more energy, more stamina. It's just fantastic. And yeah, you look in the mirror and you say, well, I look good. People tell you how good you look, and you're like, I don't want to go back there. You don't want to go back to that heavy side. I don't anyway, but you'll feel much better, much better.
Great.
Okay.
Yeah, that's great. Can I ask you a few questions?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so what do you wish you would have known before you had surgery that you know now?
Let's see, gosh, I don't know, how rewarding and how much better that you would feel after the weight come off. I wished I would have known how much more stamina and everything that you would have, more energy and all that. Because I didn't realize it at the time, but now I know, from experiencing it, and you have so much more.
That's great. That's great. So for you, the biggest benefits have been just how much better you feel, the energy and the stamina.
Yes, ma'am.
That's exciting. And what do you feel like were the keys to your success? Like, so, for people that haven't had surgery, or maybe they just had surgery, what advice do you give them?
See your nutritionist at every appointment and follow her guidelines. Kelli is really a great nutritionist. I love working with Kelli, and stay on that plan, the diet plan, and also there's like protein chips and stuff that they make. Celebrate has some fantastic ones. They're really good. But stay on that diet plan. Don't give up. Stay on it.
Okay, that's good advice, definitely. Very good. And tell us again, what was the date of your surgery?
November the 11th of 2020.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. So you're almost to your 2-year anniversary then. Almost.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. Yeah, and you have done great. It's been so exciting to see your progress. Any other advice or words of wisdom you want to give the group?
Don't be scared to have it done. Go ahead and do it. You'll feel so much better.
That's great. Good advice. Okay. Well, thank you, Ms. McGlone. Appreciate you. Wendy, would you like to go next? Let me get you unmuted here. Can you unmute yourself? Oops. There we go. Let's see. I don't hear you. Oh, I don't hear you. Darn. Oh, there we go.
Now,
yes, now we do.
Well, hello.
Hi.
I had my surgery, my sleep done in December. And my starting weight was 237. I'm down to 156. My personal goal was 140. So I'm knocking on the door, slow and steady.
Good.
Some of I'll start with the lows because most of it is very positive. I'll have to agree with what he said earlier. The nausea was very bad in the beginning. It lasted for probably about 3 months, really bad. But then it started tapering off. It was very easy, though, to get over the surgery. That part of it, don't be scared to have the surgery. It is a very easy surgery to get over. And the nausea does pass, and he gives you medicine for that to help you through the period that you do have the nausea. One thing I do suggest very strongly is if you are on medication, because I took blood pressure medicine and cholesterol medicine and some other things, and I really didn't touch on that very good with my doctor about the liquid part of it and what you could swallow and stuff. So for me, not doing my due diligence with that was kind of confused once I got home how to navigate starting back on all of that. So ask questions a little more than what I did. I thought I had asked all the right questions, but I kind of had skipped over that part. But other than that, everything was great. And it is fine if you only lose 3 or 4 pounds a week. It's not set in stone. Yes, you do lose weight, and in the beginning it does seem like it drops very fast, but even if it doesn't, that's okay. Everybody's different, and it has been a slow process for me. And even though I've lost 81 pounds, it's slow and steady, but that's okay. I can take that and just keep on going, because really I'm almost to my goal weight. And talking to the doctor, he only wanted me to lose 60. And I told him I had to try to reach what I had in my heart to get to. And I started out at 18 and I'm in an 8. And I've never been in an 8. So to me, that is a huge accomplishment. So we just take every little step as a huge accomplishment, and you just feel so awesome. And you do have more stamina, and you do feel great about yourself. It builds awesome self-esteem. And there are occasions when you do look in the mirror that old person that we're stomping on creeps in and goes, well, look at this roll that you have left here, and look at this flab that you have hanging on right there. And we just kick it back a few steps and say, but look at this little pair of jeans I'm in. So you just kick it away and you keep on going with that big old smile on your face.
That's right.
So it has been an awesome journey, and I would recommend it to anyone that was thinking about it, because the few little cons that I experienced will never outweigh the pros. So it's been awesome. And yes, Kelli was awesome through everything before and after. And you even 2 years out or almost a year out. I still read it and I still use it, and it's still useful.
Oh, good.
So she's been awesome.
Oh.
You have been awesome.
Well, thanks for saying that. Thank you for saying that. Thanks for sharing that. You have had a great experience, and you've been very, very good about following through with the recommendations. So a couple questions for you then, Wendy. What do you wish you would have known before you had surgery that you know now?
I wish I'd have known that it would have been that easy of a recovery.
Oh, good.
And that things would have moved along so quickly and easily.
Okay, good.
I think that would have been because you kind of build it up in your head like it's going to be this long, drawn out, major thing, and it really isn't.
Yeah.
It's relatively easy, and you just rock with it.
Good. Okay. And what do you feel like was key to your success?
All the support, from you and the doctor and the people I work with and my family.
Okay, good. So your support from personal support and then support from the health professionals. Okay.
Yes.
Good. Yeah, and that's really backed by research too. They say that people who follow up with their doctors and their healthcare team and have a good support system, they're more successful. So you're living proof of that.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good.
It helps.
Great. Okay. Anything else you want to share with us?
No. That covered everything.
Okay, great. All right. So does anybody have any questions for Wendy or Kathy? Unfortunately, we can't ask Dave, of course, since he couldn't come in person, but does anyone have any questions for Wendy or Kathy? And I had some people email me some questions that couldn't come that were that I'll ask too, but I'll give anyone else an opportunity first, and then I'll ask you the questions that came in email.
Y'all don't be shy.
All right, well, I'll jump off with one of the questions then we got from someone. So someone wanted to know what brand of vitamins that you're using and if you like them, because there's so many out there. Do either of you want to answer? You both can answer.
I found one online. I ordered it off of eBay because I was struggling with the chewables. It's called Berry Liquid, and they're gel caps, and you take 2 a day. It gives you everything, and I've had my second panel now of blood work, and everything looks great, they said.
Good.
And they are $14 for a month supply.
Oh, that's a great deal.
I ordered them off of eBay.
Great. And it's called Berry Liquid. Is that what you said?
Berry Liquid.
Okay. Yeah, that's great. Good testimonial for that then. Good.
Yeah.
Miss McGlone, do you want to talk about your vitamins? No? Okay. Oh.
Okay. I'm sorry. I take for right now, I take the Centrum Women's Gummy multivitamins. Next week, I'm hoping to get a shipment they're very good.
Oh,
they're
good.
awesome.
Good. I'm glad you like those. Okay, good. So you like the Celebrate brand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, great. Okay. All right, another question that someone asked. Oop, I went away from the wrong screen. There we go. Another question someone asked is, what kind of exercise are you doing now? Either of you want to talk about exercise?
I walk a lot, but at work, we lift and bend and walk a lot, and right now that's about the only exercise I do. But I bought me some exercise tapes, and I'm fixing to start doing them.
Oh, good. Okay.
On my off days. So, but right now, like I said, I walk because I live in the country and I got a long dirt road. I walk it.
Good.
And then I work.
Okay.
But I'm fixing to start doing some exercise tapes.
Oh, good. Okay, great. All right. For the sake of time, I'm going to ask the last question, and then either of you can answer. But and that is the other person or someone else asked, did you having surgery and losing weight, did it change any of your relationships, like with your friends? Like, did you have friends that didn't want to, or family members that didn't, like, that felt uncomfortable being around you because you're eating differently, or anyone that, like, talked about being jealous or anything? Do either of you have any comments about that?
I had a sister that kind of, she's not quite on board yet, but I just go on and do my thing and let her do hers, and just will go on with it, you know. Yeah. But for the most part, everybody that I've been around has just kind of supported me and just went along with everything. Good. Great. So,
okay, good. Ms. McGlone, do you have any comments on those last two questions? The exercise or the relationships?
Yes, I do the walking. You can do walking. Any type of exercise will help you, like walking, sit-ups, jumping jacks. You know, jumping jacks and sit-ups, picking up daisies. You know, all the basic exercises will help too. I love to walk, so that's one of your best ones is walking.
Yes, definitely.
And then as family and support, my family is a big and my nutritionist, Kelli, which is very helpful with everything she gives out, and also your doctor. Doctor, I can't pronounce his name right, but Dr. Ortego, I don't think I'm saying his name right.
It's okay.
He's a fantastic doctor.
Yeah.
He's really good. So, and he goes over everything with you. And Kelli does too. She goes over all the different stages that you'll go through after the surgery, the liquid diet, the soft diet, and everything. She goes over that and explains it in full detail. So you get all the support from the doctor and the nutritionist, and then also your family gives you support too.
Yeah, good. Yeah, good point. So you've haven't felt any negativity from anyone since you've had it then, huh?
No, ma'am.
No, good.
No negativity at all.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. Okay. All right. Well, let me get back over to screen sharing the rest of the PowerPoint since we're almost out of time. Let me get to that really quickly. Just a couple more things to talk about. I said it's going to look a little weird at first. Oh, yeah, look at that. Okay. All right. Didn't want to do that. So we did the Q&A. Okay, so just a couple of things how I can help you. So whether you are thinking about having surgery or just had surgery or had surgery a while back, I've got some resources for you. So like I said, my branch of my business that is focused on bariatrics is called Bariatric Weight Loss. I'm on Instagram and Facebook. It's just at Bariatric Weight Loss. I also have a new website, bariatricweightloss.net. Notice that it's .net, not .com. Just please don't be too judgmental when you look at it. It's brand new. I have someone who's helping me with it, and we are working out the kinks, so it does look a little bit basic right now, but at least I've got something up there. I've separated it out from my regular website just to make things a little bit more streamlined. So it's got the basics there, but we're still working on some kinks. So I've got 3 programs. I have my pre-surgery program, Everything You Need to Be Successful with Bariatric Surgery. And it's an online course that you take at your own pace. You watch the lessons online, and all the handouts are all included, and it teaches you everything you need to know before you have surgery, taking you right up to surgery day. And I really focus on behavior change and making habits. So you will already be doing the things you need to do by surgery day, so you'll be the most successful as possible. And then also you do it at your own pace, but it also includes group support. So there's like Q&A, like once a week Q&A options where you can join in with the group and ask questions and report back and have accountability. And then I have my success program, which is for those of you who are less than a year out after surgery. It's ideally started with someone right after they have surgery, and I take you through that first year, teaching you every diet phase, helping you work through any side effects, helping you work through holidays, your first Christmas and birthdays and travel and vacation, so you can get that first year under your belt. And that includes individual sessions and group sessions as well. And then my last program, the post-surgery greater than 1 year, the Renew program. So that's for people who have had their surgery at least a year ago, and they're experiencing weight regain. And so it's to help anyone who's going through that. And it's a 3-month program with a special diet, meal plans, education modules. So you learn about psychology, exercise, and nutrition every week. It also includes supplements because you're on a special diet for a little while to kind of jumpstart yourself back into weight loss. So those are the options that I have for all of you who are either getting ready for surgery or have had surgery. But I do encourage you to follow me on social and check out the website, and then really just reach out to me if you want to set up a time to talk about any of those programs. So I do thank you for attending today. Let me get out of this screen. Get back to all of you here. So I'm back here live. Thank you again for listening, as I said, and really had fun participating live last week and then recording again today. And Thanks for being patient with all the little technical glitches. I would love to be a perfectionist if I can, but life is too busy and too crazy to be a perfectionist. So that's a good thing. So if you work with me, you will know I do not expect perfection. So hope to see you on social and reach out to me if you want to find out about any of my programs or how I can help you. Thanks so much.